Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Garnoo, I'm a musician and producer, and today in this video, in this undisclosed secret location which I'm not going to talk anymore about, I'm going to answer the very age-old question. I don't know if it's age-old or not, I don't care, it doesn't matter. Today I'm going to answer why you should care about different art forms. Alright, before we get into today's topic, I would like to thank our sponsor. Who am I kidding? There's nobody sponsoring this channel.
I am.
Well, obviously my girlfriend is. She's behind the camera, but you know what I mean. Anyway, still, before we get into this video, I would like to point out that even though this is sort of coming from a musician's perspective, my goal with this video is to give you something to think about, regardless of what type of creator you are. Whether you're a painter or a filmmaker or a writer or an entrepreneur, whatever you are, my goal is to try and give you something to think about.
Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
What is art? Okay, and this is not going to be a dictionary definition or anything of the sort. This is more like stuff that I've heard and liked and incorporated into my way of thinking. So, from my point of view, art is a piece of work that somebody has made that is meant to stir an emotional reaction. Now that emotional reaction can be a lot of things. It can be happiness, sadness, anger, nostalgia, joy, whatever, you name it, you get what I'm talking about. So art is something that's meant to convey an emotion to you. Now, building from that, we can safely say that art cannot be created in a vacuum. You need the inspiration and the experience to convey the emotion you are trying to convey. You cannot make a piece of art that says happy unless you've felt happy at least once in your life. Because to create that piece of art, you need to put a part of yourself in it. And by that I mean, in order to create art, you need a cause first. And obviously that cause can be an infinite amount of things. Even previous works of art can, and usually are, an inspiration to new art that's being created right now. In order to properly use existing art as an inspiration for your art, you need to keep your horizons broad. If you only care about the small circle that is the type of art you want to create, your work will simply be a tweaked version of something that's already there. When instead you can pay attention to what's happening around you and draw from there in order to enhance your vision. And here's how different art forms than your own can be extremely useful when you're doing this. One of my favorite analogies is how similar music and painting are, for example. So let's take painting, okay? You have a canvas, an empty canvas, and then you add color. But in order to add that color, you have to choose the types of color, whether they be oil paints or acrylics or watercolor or whatever. And then you have to pick a brush, and then you decide how the texture is going to be. Is it going to be only a thin layer, or is it going to be really heavy? All that kind of stuff can easily be translated into music. You have, when you're making a guitar tone, there are so many different textures that you can achieve by switching amplifiers or cabinets or pedals or effects or whatever you want. It's really, if you think about it, it's the same thing. You are trying to express an emotion, you are happy, and whether it be through painting a happy and beautiful painting or writing a happy and beautiful song, it's roughly the same kind of process. Obviously one of them uses brushes and the other uses guitars, but at the end you are trying to convey that happy emotion to people. I find that drawing parallels between different forms of art can be extremely illuminating when you're trying to find something new. Let's say you like rock music, okay? And you want to play rock music, but you want to take it a step further. How do you do that? I mean, people have gone from rock into hundreds and hundreds of different directions, but you want to do something else. You want to make something new. And you don't even know where to start. A good place to start is taking a look at different art styles. Okay, so let's continue this trend about paintings since we're there. You can take an older, very popular art style and see how certain painters have transformed it and created a new style derived from that. And what did they do? They changed the texture, they changed the brush, they changed the colors, they did something different than the norm in order to make it fresh. And that, by drawing parallels between those two different art forms, you can come up with ideas. And you're probably thinking, okay, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, so what use is any of this to me? Well, here's the thing, you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. Let's say you are content with the type of art that you're doing now, the genre or whatever you want to call it. You are perfectly content with it, but the problem is you're stuck in a rut. You have writer's block. You don't know how to move on. Now this is a great opportunity for you to take a look at different fields, different types of art, and draw inspiration from there. Back to the old music painting analogy. You're a musician and you want to write a song, but you don't know what to write about. Take a look at a bunch of paintings that you find interesting. I myself have a book by Salvador Dali which I periodically skim through to find inspiration. Make a soundtrack for that painting you really like. Or maybe you've watched an awesome movie. Make a soundtrack that would fit that movie better than the existing soundtrack. Or a game, or whatever. Or let's say you're a writer. Write a story that fits the painting. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool approach? Come on, I know it's a cool approach. Another reason why you should care about different art forms is because they can be blended together to create a superior work of art. Movies are a great example. A movie is a merging of the audio and visual parts of art. And movies initially started as a derivative from photography. You had photography, which is snapping a moment in time, and then it evolved into video, which is snapping a sequence of moments in time. And after that, they added music to it, and they started recording the dialogue. It became a sequence in time accompanied by music to give it a mood. And movies became much more interesting. Take a look at some of the Christopher Nolan movies. What would Interstellar, for example, or The Prestige, or Batman, or either one of his movies be without the music of Hans Zimmer? It wouldn't have the same impact. Of course it wouldn't. But since they blended the visual and the audio together, they managed to create a superior art form that resonates with a lot more people than either of those could have separately. And that, I think, is amazing. Now obviously, if you take a look at different art forms, you can think about ways to blend them together. For example, last year I did a video with Anna Vixi where she drew this amazing fantasy tree, and I did a song based off of that. And I think it turned out pretty cool, and that's just one small thing, but you can do a lot, and I mean a lot of different things. My point with this video is that it really helps, especially when you're looking for new ideas, to look at things from a different angle, a different perspective. And that perspective can be offered by different art forms. So, my challenge for you is, if you are stuck in a rut, if you have a writer's block, then go and find some art form that you haven't thought much about and dig into it for a little bit. Find out why people are interested in that art form. Find out why it resonates with them, and maybe you can learn something. You can look at the whole thing from a different angle. And that, my friends, is priceless. That's pretty much going to do it for today. I'm going to take this opportunity to say that I'm going to do these types of videos in the future as well, because I really want to talk about certain things that inspire me. I think that inspiration is a very, very important topic, and it's not often discussed as much as it should be. So I want to shine a light on certain pieces of art, whether they be paintings, movies, games, you name it, books, that really inspired me, and maybe they'll help inspire you as well. So, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave a comment, let me know what you think. I'm really answer to all of them. And drop a like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. And until next time, rock and roll! Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. For this one I thought it would be For this one I thought it would be cool if we did For this one I thought today I'm going to answer the question, how the fuck did I get this wrong? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today
At least we have bloopers for the end screen.